Hey, holla at me, y'all. Peace. Hey, who this?
It's Antonia Bettino. You know, the girl who nearly attended her own funeral out at Paleto Bay?
Oh, shit, how can I forget?
My dad wanted to make sure you were looked after. Now there's some money being wired to your account right now. Now I gotta get off the line. Thank you again.
Prayed, failed, tried again. Those are not wasted moments. Those are sacred steps in your becoming. Because God does not anoint plastic. He anoints the broken. He anoints the honest. He anoints those who say, I'm not perfect, but I am available. And your availability is your offer, not your perfection, not your spotless record, but your yielded, open, trembling heart. The very struggle that humbles you is the struggle that qualifies you. Lust has a way of trying to convince you that you're disqualified, that your calling must be delayed, diminished, destroyed. But God says, no, my child, I am the one who writes your story. And I use the ashes, I use the tears, I use the sleepless nights. Because when you come out of this, and you will come out, you won't be proud, you won't be arrogant. You'll be compassionate. You'll be tender. You'll see the silent battles in others and offer grace instead of judgment. And that is how the kingdom is built, not on the back of those who never struggle, but on the strength of those who fight their battles with God at their side. You were never meant to walk through this alone. And you were never meant to walk through it without purpose. This is not just about victory over lust. This is about you becoming someone who leads others to victory. This is about you knowing God not just as judge, but as deliverer, as lover of your soul, as friend who never left. The anointing on your life is costly. And sometimes that cost is the pain you wish you could avoid. But oh, the oil that comes from crushed olives. Oh, the light that comes from pressed grapes. Oh, the power that flows from a surrendered life. You are being prepared for something greater than you can see. And the struggle you face today is forging the wisdom you'll need tomorrow. There is no shame in being in process. There is no disgrace in still growing. There is only grace. Abundant, healing, merciful grace. So don't rush the journey. Don't give up in the middle. Don't believe the lie that this disqualifies you. It may just be the thing that qualifies you most. But when God places his hand upon your life, he doesn't need to be perfect. He needs you to be honest, willing, faithful. And from your deepest struggle, he will raise up your greatest testimony. So walk with your head high, not because you are flawless, but because you are forgiven. Not because you never fell, but because you got back up with God's help again and again. Let your scars be your sermon. Let your pain be your pulpit. Let your deliverance be your declaration. Because the struggle didn't destroy you. It shaped your calling. And you, dear heart, were born to rise. Amen.
I grew up always on the...
I thought we settled this. I sent it online. Bye, and quit calling me.
Can you help me out?
There he is! Mr. Conservative!
Man, what the fuck are we doing here?
Nothing. Okay, a little something that's gonna help me get some tail from those Midwestern ladies that I get to meet online. Let's pretend for a second that you're not so much of a pussy, and vamos, as my cleaning lady would say. Just to be clear, I'm not racist. I meant that ironically. I have a black friend, and I didn't even really notice that you were black, or whatever your people call
Man,
it.
get the fuck out of here.
All right, let's go.
Let's roll!
Let's roll where?
Catch you on the flip side, buddy! Yo, you see that? Half the airport's on the Dominator's payroll today. Better bond fast with that beauty, cause you two are going tandem.
I didn't bring my idiot translator. What the fuck are you talking about?
You're driving that hunk of metal and gasoline out of a cargo plane!
I'm doing fucking what?
We're
must be crazier than you are.
Yeah! We got liftoff! As soon as we hit a suitably stupid altitude, we'll kamikaze this shit into next week. Am I right? Come on, high five!
Hell no, man. Shit, I don't want you to be the last person I touch.
Yeah, okay, Air 5 then. Parachute? Check. ATV? Check. Big pair of balls? Check. Okay, this is happening!
Come on! Let's fucking do this! Wrangle these bad boys! Here comes the game changer! Yeah! Come on! Oh, let's do some barrel rolls, man!
Oh, shit!
Is this not the biggest hard-on ever? Woo! Ride that Bronco, baby! Manta Ray power roll! Half pike with leaping frog!
Hey, man, I had to ditch the fucking bike. That shit was way too intense.
Oh, come on! That's female, dude! Boobies!
Yeah, I can see you being a real hit with the ladies, homie.
Dude, you have no idea. You should see me online. Like flies on a turd, bro.
Man, you said it, not me.
You feel that? Lightning bolt, zap! You're alive! You know how it feels!
Man, I know how it feels to ride an ATV out of a damn airplane. Man, how much that shit cost you per second?
It's relative, bro. How long did it take me to earn the bills? Listen, you go out walking amongst the drones. I'll be on top of the Maze Bank building with the higher beings. Dominator out.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, put him up! Oh, it's you?
What are you idiots up to, huh?
Мы здесь защищаем честь Америки. Это предназначено судьбою. Гордая страна, которая может совершить геноцид и назвать это волею Божьей.
Fella can't speak 2 words of English, but he knows this is the best country. Jesus! Hey, what's that? Illegals ruining the place. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Get in.
Brachen.
You still got that stun gun? Oh, good man. Always prepared.
Oh, the Depths Ultra for $500. You two are completely loco. If you'll forgive my use of Spanish, you do know what that means, right?
You spout all this hippie nonsense, but I know you're a patriot, Trevor. I can just tell by looking at you. We had our eye on this fella for a while. Illegal farming, bartering of goods, deep into a shadow economy.
Ooh, sounds like a real menace. So, what happens to these criminals after you apprehend them?
Well, we do our civic duty and hand them over to the authorities. Okay, get me in close so I can incapacitate him humanely. Adios, amigo!
Citizens report Fort Rudy in, west, not Chiliad.
Hey, Civil Border Patrol, keep your hands where I can see them. This is a citizen's arrest.
Whoa, not you lunatics again! You could have killed me!
Get in the vehicle now, sir.
Двигай!
Okay.
Assistance required in,
Good work, boys. Now head for the cement factory. We got reports of more illegals working over there.
Where are you taking me? This is a kidnapping!
This is time for you to go home to Mexico, sir.
What are you talking about? This is my home. I have my papers right here.
Oh, yeah? Well, let me see that.
dispatch air unit from not Chiliad.
Oops! Из рук выскочили.
You won't get away with this. I report you. You want to report me?
Are you sure this old man's a threat to American freedom?
Sure as I've ever been about anything. Jesus, you're a real fuckwit.
Adam 1, dispatch to, Yankee River.
There on the bike. Step on it, Trevor. Well, now that's an admission of guilt if I ever saw one. Probably cartel members or child molesters. Oh, look at them. Where's the moral code, huh? Half the country's on spring break, while the other half's murdering each other for cocaine. How do people like you still assist?
Backup required in, western Alamo City.
Полетели!
Dispatch unit from not Chiliad. Boy and dispatch to, Grande Sonora Desert to 480. Assistance required in the Grande Sonora Desert. Citizens reporting a drive-by street west of the Redwood Light District on the back.
Один нелегал на земле.
We'll come back for him. Don't let the other one get away.
Grande Sonora Desert, a 510.
Civil Border Patrol, run and I'll put you down again. You understand me?
Okay.
Let's go, buddy. You're coming with us. Yeah, underlay. Come on, move. In the vehicle now. I said move or I will zap you again.
I'm getting in, okay? Crazy assholes!
David 12, dispatch to, the Grande Sonora Desert. A pedestrian struck by a vehicle.
Ты арестован за преступление против демократии!
Edward 13, dispatch to, Sonora Westbound. A person running a red light.
What? Go, car, go now!
Окей, Иисус.
Двигай, или я тебя заставлю двигаться! Go, fucker, go!
Backup required in the Grande Sonora Desert.
Well, good work, everyone. Thanks for the help, Trevor. You're a fine patriot. We'll take it from here.
Dispatch to SWAT unit from Harmony.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you one last time nicely to get out of the car.
So I just get left here?
We made Uncle Sam proud today.
What's wrong with her now?
Look at that! You gotta love rural America!
We have you surrounded! Make it easy on yourself! Drop your weapons and come out with your hands up!
We ain't going down for this! Are you crazy? What are you doing? Either join the party or get the hell out. We walk or everyone dies. It's that simple.
I'm gonna fuck you up! Get behind something! He's one of them! Fuck yeah!
We're reeled up and en route!
I think that's all of them. What a fucking mess. We left some of the money for you. There'll be more heat coming. We need to get the hell out of here.
Suspect doing 50 miles per hour. Yellow pickup.
Sam, anyone have a visual? Suspect vehicle, take south!
it's gonna strip the screw there.
Can't put the cap on.
No, it's a nut, man. You just screw it back on. Hey, what are you doing here, citizen? I said, what are you doing here, citizen?
Nothing.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're clearly a tourist. Our friends from up north, eh? A boot?
Don't even say it like that.
There's a moose loose about the hoos.
Fuck off, you Hoosier.
Hey, what's that?
Fuck's sake!
Oh, Jesus.
It's a faint fucking accent!
Get out of
You
here.
can hardly tell.
Come on, insurgent, insurgent. We have contact, we have contact.
Send some more out! Make it a fair fight! Right. Why are you so scared of foreigners? A tank! Oh! Really? For one Canadian? What are you gonna do? Waterboard me? Oh, give me more you can play. I was in the Air Force. I served my country. Wing puppet! See, this is why we don't win wars anymore! I don't even sound that Canadian! Bunch of glorified Boy Scouts! A tank! Oh! Really? For one Canadian? The best the U.S. military has to offer?
Hey, dude, just buy something and leave, okay? Can't go wrong with any of these. Look around, take it in. All right, then. Those are pretty popular. My goods are quality goods. Portable stopping power. The government is not your friend, friend. You can't go wrong with any of this stuff. There you go. Super. Some grade A armor there.
Hope you find it, I guess. This sucks. I'm over here if you need me. Okay, we're all done, I think. We're done here. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought... Hope you find whatever it is you're looking for. Plates.
Now walks another path. Why the people you poured into, who drank from your well and praised your name? Hunger reach for your hand or remember your face. And the heartache is in those moments. Oh, child, I won't pretend it doesn't. The soul stretches and strains, crying out, why have I been left alone? But you haven't been abandoned. You've been summoned. God is calling you away, not out of punishment, but out of promise. He knows that what he's placed in you, what he's about to birth for you, requires focus. It demands quiet. It needs stillness. Just as a painter needs a clean canvas, God clears your space. It is not a breaking. It is a becoming. Think about the womb, how silent it is. No one hears the shaping of a spine, the forming of fingers, the rhythm of a tiny beating heart. But in that silence, life is forming. And so it is with you. You are in the womb of transformation. The holy hush that surrounds you is the room where heaven meets your humanity. For it is there, in the stillness, where the Spirit of God kneels close. He brushes away the distractions. He tunes your ear to frequencies that cannot be heard in a crack. He teaches you the sound of your own soul. He reminds you of your name.
Lucky miss!
Not the one given by men, but the one etched in eternity. The name he called you before the foundations of the earth were laid. And so, you will find yourself alone, but not lonely. Silent, but not silent. Hidden, but not forgotten. Because what God hides, he is healing. What he silences, he is strengthening. Let the world spin. Let the noise continue elsewhere. You have been chosen to step aside, sit at the silence, and to let it stretch you. For there are things God can only tell you when it's just you and him. It's too sacred for the crowd. There are lessons too deep for a sermon, and blessings too weighty for public display. You will cry sometimes, yes. You'll stare out the window at a world that seems to have moved on without you. You'll long for the comfort of familiar laughter, the warmth of old friendship, the echo of belonging. But remember this, when God pulls you into solitude, he's making you soft. When he calls you out of the motive, he's refining your motive. Even Jesus, sweet Jesus, who walked among men with healing in his hand, had to pull away. He climbed mountains alone. He prayed in gardens no one else could enter. He bore a cross that no one else could carry. And if the Son of God needed silence to fulfill his purpose, so do you. The silence is your sanctuary. It is there that your strength is restored. It is there that your mind becomes clear. It is there that you are reminded that your worth was never in their validation, their approval, or their applause. You are worthy because you exist. You are loved because you breathe. You are chosen because God said so. And his voice still echoes louder than any silence. So sit, child. Sit with the silence. Don't run from it. Don't try to fill it with noise or numb it with distraction. Let it settle. Let it cover you like a warm blanket at the end of a long, weary day. Let it teach you. Let it sink to you. Let it cleanse you of every lie you believed when the noise was loud. The silence is not your enemy. It is your elevation. This is where roots grow. This is where wings are formed. This is where God folds you into his arms.
Don't do it! Stay away from that case! Now, you are a dead man!
I see you. Let it cleanse you of every lie you believed when the noise was loud. The silence is not your enemy. It is your elevation. This is where roots grow. This is where wings are formed. This is where God folds you into his arms. You don't need them to see you. See you. You don't need them to choose you. He chose you. And once you've learned the lesson of the quiet, once the silence has carved wisdom into your bones and sewn strength into your spirit, God will speak. Open yours. And when he does, the silence will part like the Red Sea, and you'll walk forward with clarity, power, and grace. You'll rise, not as a victim of abandonment, but as a vessel of the silence.
Should've known that was too good to be true.
Left. You'll lead, not the fame, but purpose. And those who wondered where you went, those who whispered your absence like a scandal, will look again and see a soul reborn. But by then, you won't need their eyes. You'll be walking by faith. So the next time you find yourself alone in a room where the echo is louder than the conversation, the next time the invitations stop coming and the spotlight dims, don't ask, what did I do wrong? Ask, what are you trying to show me? Because he is showing you something. Not out there, but in here, deep within, where true transformation is. You are in the hands of the Father. And in this quiet hour, he is shaping your destiny. So wait. Let the silence do its sacred work. And soon, very soon, the sound of your rising will shake the earth. But for now, sit in the silence and let God finish what he started. Amen. There will come a time when everything that once made sense no longer does. world you recognize, but feel like a stranger in your own life. The pieces that used to fit together now press against each other with friction. The job you once praised feels like a prison. The friendships you celebrated begin to wither like flowers starved of sunlight. The path that was once paved and sure beneath your feet is now unique and unfamiliar. And in that moment, child, you may be tempted to think you've lost your way. You may question your prayer. You may wonder if you heard God wrong. You may even look up with tear-filled eyes and say, Lord, why is everything falling apart? But I came to tell you something today. It's not falling apart.
It's going to a good home.
The God who created you, who sculpted your soul with his very breath, does not need your life to remain comfortable in order to make it meaningful. He doesn't bless by causing. He blesses by shifting. And oh, how that shift can shake you. So the dead fruit will fall. He rattles the window so you'll stop staring at the view and start opening the door. He overturns tables in your temple, not to destroy, but to clean, not to punish, but to prepare. Divine disruption is not chaos. It is choreography. It is heaven's hand rearranging your life for greater purpose. You asked for God's best, but did you expect it to fit in your plan? You prayed for elevation, but did you think it would come without excavation?
What can the best mechanic in LS do for you?
No, beloved. Before the building comes the breaking. Before the blessing comes the blueprint. And sometimes, before the promise comes the earth. You see, when God is about to give you something big, he doesn't start with additions. He starts with subtraction. He removes the scaffold. He dismantles the stage. He pulls the rug right out from under what you thought was solid. Because what's coming next can't be built on unstable ground. You may not understand it right now. It may not make sense when the job lets you go, when the friend stops calling, when the money dries up, when the door you were running toward slams in your face with a sound so loud it echoes in your chest. But child, trust me, what feels like rejection is often redirection. What seems like a loss is often a divine trade. God removes what you thought you needed, so you can receive what he knows you were born. In that transition, it's messy, it's painful, it's confusing, but it's holy. God disrupted Abraham's comfort to make him a father of nations. He disrupted Moses' palace to prepare him to part the sea. He disrupted Ruth's sorrow to bring her into the lineage of the Messiah. He disrupted Mary's quiet life with a virgin birth. And he disrupted Jesus' tomb so that we might live. So why, then, do we tremble when our world is shaken? Why do we assume disruption means destruction? Sometimes, child, the walls are not crumbling to crush you. They're falling to set you free. Because God sees what we don't. He knows what's ahead. He sees the traps laid in your future, the burdens hidden in your blessings, the enemies dressed as friends. And in his mercy, not in his anger, he begins to disturb the peace you've made with the mediocre. He won't let you settle. He won't let you shrink. He won't let you live 1 inch below your purpose. So he interrupts, he interferes, he intervenes. You thought the plan was perfect. But God says, no, I have better. You thought the relationship was sent from heaven. But God says, no, this is not love. It's distraction dressed in desire. You thought the dream was the destination. But God says, that was only a detour on the way to your destiny. And when he says it, he doesn't always explain it. Because God doesn't owe us an outline. He offers us a walk of faith. And faith, my dear, isn't proven when everything is still.
That'll boost the torque.
Faith is proven in the storm, when the ground shakes, when the sky darkens, when you can't see the way forward, but you move anyway. Divine disruption will test you. It will ask you who you really trust. It will ask you if your faith is built on outcomes or intimacy, if your praise is rooted in provision or in the provider himself. If you listen deeply, if if you stop trying to run back to what God is tearing down, you will begin to see the beauty in the breaking. You'll see how the lost job made room for the calling. And friendship protected your heart. You'll see how the unexpected no was the doorway to a divine yes. You'll see that God's disruption is often a mercy in disguise. For what you thought was delay was his divine plan. What you saw as detour was actually deliverance. What you feared as ruin was really a reset. So, don't curse the shape. Don't despise the mess. Don't run from the confusion. Sit in, pray for it, dance in it if you must. Because, child, what God disrupts, he also designs. What he allows to fall apart, he intends to raise higher. You are not being abandoned. You are being realigned. You are not being punished. You are being positioned. So when everything begins to shift, when the life you knew is no longer the life you live, when people leave and plans break, and the future looks nothing like what you pictured, lift your head, straighten your back, take a breath, and say to yourself with holy assurance, this is God, this is holy, this is not the end, it's the beginning, because disruption is not death, it is the one with destiny. And in the hands of the Almighty, even the most broken pieces become part of the most beautiful mystery. So don't be afraid, child. But begin to tremble with God's near, and something greater is coming. Amen. There are moments, so don't be afraid, child. Begin to tremble with God is near, and something greater is coming. Amen. There are moments, child, moments so tender and mysterious, when the air around you seems to whisper something divine. You walk into a room and eyes turn, not because you asked for it, not because you wore the finest dress or spoke the sweetest word, but because something invisible cloaked you, kissed your shoulder, and said, this one is marked by God. You may not see it in the mirror. You may not feel it when the morning greets you with weary bones, and yesterday's worries still cling to your clothes. But rest assured, the favor of God is in you. Not because you earned it, not because you paid for it in suffering or sacrificed enough to be worthy, but simply because he chose you. Now, favor is a strange thing, child. It doesn't always make sense. It doesn't knock politely or explain itself with logic. Favor isn't fair, and it doesn't follow formula. It walks boldly through the back door of your life and rearranges things. Where others are pushing and pulling to make their way, you find doors swinging open for you like the wind itself heard heaven's instructions. Where others toil for years just to be seen, your name is whispered in rooms your feet have never even touched. Where people count their qualifications, you are counted as called. That's favor. And oh, how it confounds those watching. Because when favor settles on you, you become a walking contradiction. You're not the most educated, but you're the most enlightened. You don't have the background, but you carry the brilliance. You may not know the right people, but the right one knows you. People will ask, how did she get that job? How is he still standing after all that pain? How does she shine like that with so little help? Get through when so many others fell apart. But child, don't waste your breath trying to explain what only the Spirit can reveal. Because favor can't be analyzed. It must be discerning. It's not about what you've done. It's about what God decided. And when he decides to favor you, even your flaws become part of the masterpiece. Even your mistakes start preaching sermons you never meant to write. Even your detours turn into divine choreography. You'll wake up in places you didn't plan to be, surrounded by blessings you didn't know how to pray for. You'll look around and feel the soft brush of God's grace resting on your shoulders like silk. But don't confuse favor with fortune, no. For it looks like storms you survive. Sometimes favor is the cancer that didn't come back. Sometimes it's the rejection that protected you from ruin. It's the no that saved your soul. Favor doesn't always show up as a miracle. Sometimes it walks in as endurance. Sometimes it disguises itself as delay, so your blessing doesn't arrive before you're ready to carry it. Favor has a rhythm. It's the beat behind your quiet resilience, the melody in your laugh when you've cried all night, the harmony in your spirit that keeps singing, even when your world feels like silence. And child, I must tell you, favor is not always comfortable. When God favors you, he'll pull you out of crowds that once cheered for you. He'll separate you, sanctify you, set you apart. Because you were never meant to blend in when you were born to stand out. Favor will make you feel lonely before it makes you legendary. It will ask you to walk alone, to carry dreams that don't fit in other people's mouths, to keep showing up when there's no applause, to keep trusting when the way is hidden, to keep believing when all you have is a whisper and a word. But child, favor will keep you. Favor will feed you in family. Favor will fight battles you never knew existed. Favor will place a hedge of angels around your name, your house, your peace. When you should have been counted out, favor stepped in and wrote your name in light. When you should have broken under the weight, favor lifted you with hands unseen. When you were overlooked, undervalued, misunderstood, favor saw the you that God created and said, let them rise, and rise you shall. For no pit is deep enough to bury one crowned by heaven. No lie is strong enough to silence a truth wrapped in favor. No weapon forged in darkness can outshine the brilliance of someone lit by divine grace. You may not know the hour or the moment. You may not feel like anything grand is coming. But when favor finds you, it doesn't need your awareness to work. While you're sleeping, it's moving. While you're weeping, it's weaving. While you're waiting, it's warring on your behalf. There will be days when you wonder why you, why now, why this. But child, you don't need to know the why. You only need to know who. And when the who is God, that's enough. So walk boldly, even when your knees shake. Smile gently, even when your heart carries sorrow. Speak softly, with the authority of one who knows heaven listens. Move forward, not because the road is easy, but because favor paves the way. Apologize for the light you carry. Don't shrink so others feel tall. Don't dim because someone else refuses to open their eyes. Let your favor speak. Let it shine through your life like sunlight through stained glass. Colorful, imperfect, but still glowing. Because somewhere, someone is watching you rise and thinking, if God can do it for her, he can do it for me too. And that's the beauty of favor. It doesn't just bless you. It becomes a beacon for others. It lifts you so you can lift them. It graces you so you can grace the world. It finds you so you can become the very evidence that God is still moving in this earth. So yes, child, walk like you're favored, because you are. Not because you're perfect, but because you are his. And in that truth, you have all the favor you'll ever need. Amen. There comes a time in a woman's journey, in a man's quiet walk with God, when the soul starts to stir and the heart begins to ache. Not from sorrow, but from a holy yearning. You can't quite name it. You can't describe it in plain words. But it feels like your spirit is being called home to a higher place. And no matter how you try to stay planted in what's familiar, something in you starts to stretch. Something in you begins to rise. It is not ambition. No, ambition wants the crown. This is assignment. This is elevation that can only come from the hand of the Almighty. You were never meant to stay where you started. You were never meant to cling to comfort like a child to a fading lullaby. There is a river in you running wild and deep, and it's pushing you toward higher ground. Oh, child, God is calling you upward. And when he does, you can't pretend not to hear him. Even if you try to silence it, the whisper gets louder. Even if you try to sleep it off, the dream comes again. Even if you turn away, the pull gets stronger. You find yourself restless in circles that used to satisfy. You can't laugh the way you used to with the same crowd. You can't dance to music that no longer matches your rhythm. Your spirit, once content to sit still, is now leaning forward, expecting something, waiting on something, pressing for something greater. Because when God is about to do something big, He doesn't just shift your surroundings, He shifts you. Your appetite changes. Your tolerance tightens. Your discernment sharpens. You start seeing through things. You see through flattery. You see through mediocrity. You see through the masks people wear and the ones you once wore too. And more than anything, you see through your own excuses. That's when you know it's time to rise. But rising, my dear, isn't as simple as standing. It's a process. It's a surrender. It's a shedding. To go higher, you must let go. Let go of what's heavy. Let go of who can't walk with you anymore. Let go of the lesser version of yourself that you clung to like a security blanket. It hurts. Yes, it does. Because elevation often feels like isolation. You'll feel alone at first, like nobody understands this fire that's burning in your bones. You'll look around and realize you've outgrown some conversation, outgrown some practice, outgrown some spaces. Not because you're better, but because you're becoming. God doesn't call the arrogant to higher ground. He calls the willing. He calls the ones who tremble but say yes anyway. He calls the ones who are willing to climb, even when the mountain looks impossible. He says, come up. Come where the air is thinner and the vision is clearer. Come where you can't depend on your strength, but you must lean wholly on mine. And oh, how he walks with you up that hill. With every step, he strips off the old labels. Not good enough. Too broken. Too late. He replaces them with true, chosen, anointed, mine. A child. Do you feel it? The shift. The stirrings in your belly that tell you you're no longer who you used to be. You're being transformed, not by strife, but by surrender. Not by force, but by faith. You may have thought you were forgotten, but God was simply preparing the altitude for your arrival. Because higher ground isn't crowded. Not everyone can go. Not everyone will go. Some will misunderstand your growth. Some will resent your rising. They'll try to tether you to the past with old memories and old mistakes. But you've got to smile gently and walk anyway. Because you weren't saved to stay still. You weren't healed just to survive. You were lifted to lead. And to lead, child, you must climb. Not above fear, but above fear, above doubt, above insecurity, above small thinking and safety. You must rise above your history so you can meet your destiny. Higher ground doesn't guarantee you. The climb is steep. Your legs will ache. You will get tired. But on higher ground, the view is clearer. You see what others can't. You hear heaven more plainly. You carry weight, yes, but it is glory, not free. You become the person you used to pray for. Not perfect, but powerful. Not flawless, but faithful. Not untouchable, but undeniably touched by God. And child, don't you know, you were built for this. Every tear prepared you. Every disappointment molded you. Every closed door taught you to trust. Every wilderness filled your worship. You're not here by accident. This higher calling has your name engraved in you. And when you get weary, remember this. You don't climb alone. The same God who calls you is the God who equips you. He sends angels to walk beside you. He places promises beneath your feet, so each step is holy. He speaks courage into your bones when your faith begins to waver. And there, yes, there, on higher ground, you begin to see why the climb was necessary. You understand why the valley had to come first. You realize why certain people couldn't continue the journey. You see the purpose in your pain. You see the anointing in your affliction. You see the light breaking through your scars like stained glass kissed by the sun. Because you, dear one, are not just rising. You are ascending, not for applause, not for validation, but because heaven has summoned you to something great. So if you feel the pull, don't ignore it. Don't water yourself down to fit into shallow spaces. Don't quiet your roar to make others comfortable with your silence. Rise. Rise with grace. Rise with conviction. Rise knowing that every step you take upward leaves a footprint for someone else to follow. You are not climbing for yourself alone. You are breaking ground for generations. You are becoming a lighthouse for the lost. You are stepping into destiny's spotlight, not to be seen, but to illuminate. And as you rise, let your soul sing. Sing the song of those who didn't think they could make it. Sing the melody of the ones broken who became whole. Sing the hymn of every weary heart that now beats with purpose. For you, beloved, have been pulled to higher ground, and heaven is rejoicing. The angels are watching, and the wind beneath your wings is whispering, go higher still. And before a seed becomes a tree, it must first be buried in darkness. Before the sun can rise in glory.
Listen, my buddy's got his boat out. I could drop you over it if you've got the boss.
And before a soul is lifted to the place God prepared, it must often pass through fire.
Oh no!
Not to destroy it, but to refine it. So it is with you. Child, when the winds howl against your window and the rain soaks through your roof, when betrayal knocks on your front door and doubt takes a seat at your dinner table, don't think for one moment that it means you are forgotten. No, darling. Quite the opposite. The storm is a sign. The resistance is proof. The attack is a holy announcement whispered through chaos. God is about to elevate you. You see, just before you rise, life will test every inch of your resolve. The enemy does not throw stones at empty nests. He waits until the eggs are about to hatch. He does not roar at barren fields. He prowls around when the harvest is near, and when God is on the edge of unveiling something glorious in your life. Every opposing force will rise to meet you. You'll feel it. The tug, the strain, the tension between your present and your promise. People who once embraced you will suddenly distance themselves.
Yeah, nice,
Places
bro!
that once felt warm will turn cold. And just when you think you've found your footing, the ground may tremble beneath you. But don't you crumble, sweetheart. Because even in the tremble, God is building a foundation that cannot be shaken. The truth is, elevation attracts attack. Before Jesus performed his first miracle, he was led into the wilderness, not by Satan, but by the Spirit. Before David sat on the throne, he was hunted and caged.
You were gonna make it!
Before Joseph wore the robe of honor, he was stripped, sold, and silenced in the pit. And before the butterfly spreads its painted wings, it must wrestle in silence inside a dark room. So if you feel attacked, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, breathe, beloved. Breathe deep and know that you are not dying. You are becoming. The attacks come to distract you, to discourage you, to discredit what God has already declared over your life. But let me remind you, no devil in hell can overturn a decree from heaven. And when God says, it is time, no rejection, no slander, no delay can stop the rising of the moment. The lies, whispers in the dark telling you you're not ready, that you're not enough, that your past disqualifies your future. But remember, child, those voices are not true. They are echoes of fear trying to keep you small. Do not dance with doubt. Do not dine with defeat. Stand tall, even if you must stand alone. Cry if you must, but don't quit. Bend, but don't break. Because God is not just preparing a table for you. He's preparing you for the table. And that preparation, oh, it can be painful. It may feel like abandonment, like loss, like silence from heaven. But silence is not absence, it's strategy. God is working behind the curtain, rearranging, aligning, elevating things in the unseen. Just as a potter presses and spins the clay before it becomes a vessel of beauty, God is shaping you in the fire so you can carry the weight of your calling. And child, don't be surprised when the attacks come dressed as people. Yes, people.
We went to
People you love.
Beach and Chumash.
People you trusted. People you thought would be clapping when your blessing arrived. But instead, you find them standing in the shadows, arms folded, lips twisted in envy. Do not let their bitterness shrink your blessing. Their reaction is not your responsibility. Their betrayal is not your burden. Your only task is to stay the course, even when the path feels lonely. Elevation is often misunderstood. People see the light. They need to shine that bright. They see the crown, but not the thorns pressed into your scalp. Here you quote. They see your joy, but never heard the nights you wept so loud heaven had to send angels just to hold your heart. You are rising. That's why the attacks have intensified. You are stepping into alignment. That's why the warfare has grown heavier. Because the enemy doesn't bother those who pose no threat. But you, child, you are dangerous to darkness. You are light wrapped in flesh. You are thunder in soft shoes. You are a miracle in motion. So hold your head high, even as arrows fly. Sing, even with a trembling voice. Pray, even when you don't feel strong. Because every attack that comes is a stepping stone, not a stumbling block. The pain is purifying. The opposition is positioning. The heartbreak is shaping your compassion. The suffering is birthing your wisdom. There will be moments when you want to fight with words, with breath, with fire. But fight differently. Love. Fight with silence. Fight with obedience. Fight by letting God defend. Said, vengeance is mine. And when God fights for you, no hand raised against you can remain. Let them mock. Let them doubt. Let them walk away. Because when God elevates you, even your enemies will have to watch. Not so you can boast, but so they'll see what grace looks like when it walks in human form. So they'll witness the power of staying faithful in the face of fire. You will rise, not because you forced it, not because you manipulated the path, but because you endured the attack without losing your heart. And when you reach that higher place, not just in status, but in spirit, you will look back and see every battle, every bruise, every betrayal was part of a sacred journey. You'll see that the attack didn't block your elevation. They prepared you for it. God gives to sustain, and He does not give promotion without. He does not give glory without praise. He does not give crowns without the weight He carries. So if you are under attack right now, I tell you rejoice. Not because it's easy, not because it's painless, but because it is evidence that heaven has placed something valuable inside of you. Diamonds are born under pressure. Gold is purified in fire. And you are being shaped for greatness. So rise even through tears. Walk even through wounds. Believe even through battles.
Nice, huh?
Because this attack will not destroy you. It will define you. It will usher you into a realm you only dreamed. And when you arrive, you will not be bitter. You will not be broken. You will be bold. You will be bright.
Don't you just want to shoot
You
those
will be
gun law
everything God
protesters in
saw
the
when
face?
He first called your name. And the world will look at you and say, how did she make it through? How did he survive all that? And you'll smile softly and say, I was attacked before I was elevated. But grace held me together, and God lifted me higher. Amen.
What's up, guys? What's that kind of nature when I take the boat out?
I'll bet you'll be ready to use that the second you get out the door. Now don't get too crazy with that, you hear?
Attention all units. 7 to 11 on a group sex security truck. Respond code 3.
Dopey motherfucker! Can't you walk right? What the fuck's wrong with you? You see, that's how that shit is done!
Shawnee's. In your fucking bed? He's crazy. I wrote some good books. The base agents in this town don't know booze-inspired literature. Oh, Flapjack!
I cannot! No getaway car, man! You gotta be kidding me! Hey, you want a cut of this? Come back in a car we can fit in and get us out of here! On your knees! And stay down till we're gone! Nah, we ain't coming with you in that!
Attention
all right, let's go! Lose the cops!
Dollar bills in Strawberry. Suspect seen entering.
What the hell was that?
I said I had a score. I didn't say I thought of everything.
Well, you could have thought of something. A car? Everyone in this shithole city's got a car.
Go back to Liberty City, you Irish prick.
You know where we'd be if this guy hadn't come along?
We wouldn't be sharing the take is where we'd be.
We'd be sharing a jail cell. You know, I ran big-time hoods in LC. We took major scores. You can't even handle a drugstore?
Oh, you and your stories. Shut up about LC. Shut up about the bank job and your family and your friends. I don't care.
So at least I know I ain't the least competent crook in the city.
I swear, it's just this guy. Look, man, can you just lose the cops? This kid's all right. Drop us around the corner, we'll give you your cut. Hey, look, I know I seem like a hothead and an idiot. I am a hothead and a bit of an idiot. But I work, okay? And I can handle myself. I ran with some big guys in LC, and the only guy I know over here is him. If you ever hear of something, a score that needs bodies, would you think of me?
All right, dude. If someone were to mention something like that, I got you.
Piece of shit! There's your share, bro. Think of me. Packy McCreary of Duke's LC. love it. Are dogs allowed on the beach? I can't remember.
Hey, man.
What do you think you're doing?
Hey, I didn't mean that.
Hey, Dios mío! Ya basta! I had it! You cocksucker! How's it going? Hey, well, luckily I have a good base stand, right? Hey! Over here, you freaking dick!
Hello!
Hello!
Hey, buddy.
Hi!
Hey, man. Call me at the place tonight.
I don't trust the soul. Sounds about right.
Okay, you got yourself into this, fool. And finally, I need help.
The best taco truck in the Los Angeles metropolitan. I need it too. Oh, honey, I